Hey guys, Cody Soltis here from ConsciousLove.org here for your monthly readings for December 2015. It's almost into New Year's, thank God. I'm going to keep this intro short so we can get lots of readings done with this battery. I'm going to be using the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed and the Angel Heart Sigils deck by Stuart Pearce, the companion to Angels of Atlantis. So my readings are kind of on pause. If you guys want personalized readings, you can still submit the form. Just know I'm not going to get to you for a while. I think I'm going to change it so that everyone just gets a voice recording reading, because it's a faster way for me to just be recording, send, record, send, instead of having to type or having to make a video and then edit it and then wait for it to convert. Audio files are easy. So that's what I might just be doing for all of you, but despite your requests for other things. If any of you are deaf or hard of hearing, we can find a way. I can learn sign language. I want to relearn sign language because I knew it, and it's so expressive and passionate, and I'm sorry, I have a thing for Niall DeMarco at the moment, and I hope he wins. I don't watch those shows until there's a marathon on, then I can't stop watching, and yeah, just come on, universe. So, let's get into these readings for all the individual signs. Love you guys. Who are you, Aries or Leo? Leo? Okay, let's do Leo. Pulled cards. Thought I was gonna do Aries, but I guess we're gonna do Leo. Hope you guys can hear me. The microphone is actually always better than I think it is. So, yeah, so, Aries. Yeah, Aries, that's the only I picked for. So, hi Aries, fire signs. I'm really noticing that a lot of the energies now are getting either repetitive for the monthlies or just they're very similar to other air signs of similar things. So, this is an Aries video, but, oh my god, chickens, whatever. So, but again, very similar to any energies for Leo specifically are coming into my mind. So to begin with, since I wasted 1 minute of our video here, we have a theme of this month of December. We have 3 cards from the other deck. One kind of being where we are now, 2 is the steps to take, and 3 is kind of where we're headed. But I don't want you thinking linear time per se. Like, I don't want you thinking beginning of the month, middle, and end. I want you thinking transformational, before, during, and after, because we're constantly evolving. And again, these cards are also associated with the heart, strength, and soul. So heart being where we are now, the emotional things that we're experiencing perhaps, which are always what we're experiencing now in the moment. Some guidance, a challenge we might have to overcome, a strength that we do have, but the universe is giving us a space to prove that to ourselves, perhaps. And the soul being more so the spiritual lesson, you know, how we're going to be, quote, in the future, but again, not about linear time. So the first card is kind of our primer, as well as the theme. So we have Uriel talking about veneration. There's really talking to me a lot of themes about respect. To be taking this moment to think about how you have been acting in the past and how you want to continue acting moving forward, Aries. In terms of your interpersonal communication, as well as your strength and leadership, perhaps, really, it really just comes down to your authority, and how the goal really for anyone and for you to be doing to other people is to be, to me, venerable just means very, very respectful, very, very sacred, almost holy people. And yes, it's asking you to be more holy in your pursuits, but also to be recognizing and respecting it in other people. Leadership or authority in whatever form you may have, whether it's parenthood, you're at work, whatever. In order to be respected, you have to be honestly respecting other people. And this is not saying respect them as in do what you think it means to respect them. I mean, be in that state of mind where you actually see a worthy person in front of you. A lot of it is self-fulfilling prophecy as well. Like, you have to believe that the person in front of you is just as important as you are. Whether you've been selfish, not that you would be, but maybe just not seeing that as clearly. Maybe you're focusing too much on roles and not enough on souls, not enough on the people in front of you, and being sensitive to that. So keep that in mind. They're saying as we realize how the spiritual and the physical overlap, how the things in our everyday mundane life actually do overlap with spiritual lessons we're having. They're really saying. So for the heart of the situation, oh, I love it. We have the Y card in protection stage. Hi, Boobadoo. Hello. Hey, pup. My dog. So we have why. It's like, why are these things happening to me? Why am I not being successful? Why am I having these conflicts with people? Why am I struggling with people? And it's kind of funny because you know the answer. You are the answer. It really does go back to that respect thing. If you want answers and you're being really confused right now with what's happening, but we're not being really open to the fact that other people have feelings, that other people have life experience, that other people, even if we disagree with them, still have value. That's an important one. And to not let our roles impede our soul work. And that's not saying that spirituality has to be something separate. That, to me, being spiritual is being a humanitarian, is being human, is being sympathetic to those things. So whatever it is that you're upset about things not working out, or whatever it is that you're confused and you're asking these questions, why? Point the answer inward, they're really saying. Reflect back onto what can I do, or what have I been doing to cause this situation, instead of saying, well, this person did this, or that person did that, or, you know what, until this magical thing happens, I don't see change. You're the magical thing, but really, they're stressing. Not in terms of blame, but just shift that perspective and awareness to yourself. Just be like, you know what? I am a part of these consequences, of these situations happening to me. I am a part of why these people aren't doing what I want them to. It's just very important that you see that you think about that you ponder about that this month. Good, because your challenge here, we have in between worlds. Or between worlds, rather. Protection stage. It's a beautiful fisher. Meaning, normally two things. Normally it means that you're in a transition in your life, and as one door closes, another one opens, and you're transitioning. This is really always has spoken to me, too, about being in two worlds. Like me as a medium or a spiritual person, because I think all of us are psychic, all of us are potential to be successful at this if we strengthen those muscles. How we could really, again, connecting back to the two worlds and the one world that we're experiencing, the spiritual and the egoic. And then what we see and then what we need to see with our hearts, really. So your challenge here is to really see how are you between worlds. Yes, how are things changing? Because everything's changing, always. And most of the other readings have been about preparing for more change. But yours seems to really be focusing on, like, if you could see an overlay of the world that we live in, what would you see? If you can see through people, what would you see? If you can see their auras and their chakras and be like, well, what would it tell you? Or if you can see their history just by staring at them. You're in between two worlds. One world is the world that you live in, which apparently is very limited in perspective. And the other world is the world of other people and their perspectives and their stories. So your ability here is to be recognizing how there are multiple worlds within each individual person. I have a world, you have a world, we all have different worlds. And really just to be cognizant of that moving forward, because there seems to be a lot of stresses, like work stress or just stress with people in general. Communication, interrelations seems to be a difficult issue. And again, yes, you are transitioning, but this is what they're really stressing for you. As you're moving forward, if you want to be moving forward towards success, it's really recognizing that interdependence of the world, where we're all dependent on each other, but we're also all independent. We're all unique, we're all different, we're all beautiful, and they're just really trying to remind you of that. I'm sorry if this feels very like you're being educated, because it's not about putting you down, it's about lifting you up and just reminding you things that you already know. Because this is the big lesson we're learning, round and round. If you don't change, nothing will. And they were just bringing to your attention that round and round, like, why does this keep happening to me? All those why questions. It goes back to that respect. It goes back to that honoring the individuality of all people. Honoring the individuality of all people. Because you will continue to go around and around until you observe the spiral that you're in and decide to change. And it's you that has to do something different. You can't control other people. You can only be a beacon of inspiration. So, same thing. I keep bringing up Caesar Milan, like the dog whisperer, because I saw it like just watching it for like 5 minutes today. I'm just like, this is a lot of self-help, new agey kind of spiritual stuff to a degree, but living in the moment and how if you focus on the past, that's all you're going to keep getting. If your dog barks and bit you in the past and you keep focusing on that now instead of living in the now and just saying, oh, they're peaceful now, let's focus on that, then you're going to get what you got. It's kind of the same thing. Be living in the now, be realizing how by living in the past or by living in your expectations of how people are going to act or how you're acting by not being conscious of your subconscious behavior. Or at least if it is conscious behavior, the behaviors that you excuse for yourself, I'll say. Because you think it's your role and your duty to act a certain way, where it kind of dehumanizes and makes a hierarchy, which we want to get rid of, you're going to be stuck in that cycle. Again, this is not a foretelling future. This is your lesson objective. This is what you're going towards. This is what you fully are capable of learning and probably will learn. It's just really, this is kind of the gist I'm getting. If you're upset recently, if you're feeling confused about why certain things keep happening, it's gonna all go back to that respect for individuality, respect for different people, and seeing the human within, the spirit within all situations at all times, including yourself. If you haven't been remembering that there's more to you than you, and that maybe you have been falling into a role instead of being your full authentic soul. You know what I'm saying? That maybe you got so unconscious that you were just playing the role instead of being a real you. And it's difficult to do those, especially when you're in a leadership position and you're trying to work with other people. I understand why you act the way you act. But I think for spiritual and personal growth, it's good to be aware of these things and then try to make conscious action to change. So, there's your reading, guys. I love you so very, very much. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below as well. And if you want to contact me, everything is in the description below. Love you guys. Namaste. I'm getting confused with what I'm doing. Bye.